Hey, Todd Falcone here in my other office. I don't actually know if I've done a video in here, and hopefully the sound is okay. I've got hardwood floors in here, so it's a little echoey, but wanted to, oh yes, and I am wearing a tie-dye shirt. Yep, I know it's real busy, but it is a button down, and it has like cuffs and stuff, so it's technically not considered a tie-dye, I guess, or maybe it is, whatever. But that's not what we're talking about, right? So, first of all, I want to talk about a new game. It's actually a relatively new game that I've been playing. I can thank my friend Art Jonak for that. And I want to talk a little bit about these devices. And while cell phones, first cell phone call was made on a Motorola something or other giant brick phone that was the size of somebody's 14 shoe, back in 1983, these things have no doubt changed our lives for good. You know, that first there were phones, and then you could do other stuff, and now you can pretty much do everything. And certainly mobile is big, and we more and more rely on these things every day for stuff to run our companies and to help us just communicate. Now, so, I love this. I have this thing with me everywhere I go all the time. Now, this is what I want to talk about creating a connection and about playing this game. We'll call it cell phone Jenga. About a year and a half ago, the first time I saw it played, it's kind of cool. I was out to dinner with Art Jonak and a number of other people. And what happened was, during dinner, he had everybody stack up their phones in, like Jenga back and forth. So you had this giant stack of phones in the middle of the table, which enabled everybody at the table to actually create a connection at dinner. Now, I don't know if you notice this, I'm sure you do, because if you have your eyes open, it's kind of obvious, and it's kind of frightening as well that you see people who are together, and they're doing stuff, and they're not focused. I mean, you see people who are text messaging and driving. If you're text messaging and driving, that's scary. It really is. People obviously making phone calls and driving. I've done it. I can continue to do it. I do it hands-free, of course. But there are times when, you're there to make a connection with somebody. You're out to dinner with a group of people, and you see it, and people are like sitting there focused on their stuff, and it's like, I've threatened to leave dinners. It's like, look, dude, if your cell phone or whoever's on the other end of that phone conversation or text messaging conversation is more important than me, then I'm happy to leave. You can go have dinner with that person by yourself. And, I've literally gotten up, oh, no, yeah, no, and it's just, I don't know, to me it's created the one downfall of these devices is created a disconnection. While it's created a connection, it's created this disconnection with people when it comes to sitting down with them. You've seen it. It's frustrating to me when I go out to dinner with a group of people or somebody, it's like, like you're talking to somebody and they're over here and they're like, huh? What? Oh, yeah, they're not even connected. And it's like, why bother getting together with somebody if you're not going to truly connect with those people? And I think this is just a really fun game to play. If there's any game to play, here's the way it works. You go to dinner with somebody, you go to lunch with somebody, you go with a group of people, they stack up their phones like Jenga stack. The first person that reaches for their phone buys dinner for the whole group. I've had people trip out while they do. Oh, I can't, no, they're hiding. Oh, yeah, I can't, you can't take my phone. It's nuts. I just got back from 2 weeks in Indonesia. I shut this thing off when I left the country. It was off for 2 weeks, and I didn't even think about it. It was in my bag someplace. At one point, I was like, where is my cell phone? I don't know, because I haven't used it. Now, of course, in day-to-day life, we need to have these things. We need to use them. But if, look, if you're out to have a nice dinner with your significant other, your spouse, your whatever, your friends, your group of people, have dinner with those people. See what kind of fun you can have playing, say, cell phone Jenga, where you stack them up and see the people freak out and they're like, oh, I can't, and it's just like, it's kind of like a drug. I mean, it's like this addictive drug. I can't live without it. And I don't know, it's just, for me, it's like if I go to dinner with a group of people, or if I'm sitting down with a group of people for the purpose of connecting and enjoying a nice meal, let's do that together and enjoy that nice meal together rather than, stare at our telephones. That can wait. It was my wife recently, she has this girlfriend that she goes out on hikes with and stuff, and she thought, oh, it'd be nice for the husbands to meet, and I mean, this was like the worst man date nightmare I've ever had. And I don't know if I might have talked about this on a conference call a few weeks ago before I left the country, but this is what happened. You know, I'm eager to meet the husband. He owns this company that I actually have interest in terms of what they do, and I won't even talk about it. I won't even give him that credit. And we sat down. I met him. Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. And immediately went right. And then within seconds of us meeting for the very first time, he's down there and he's just like, you know, he didn't even say, excuse me, I got to send a couple messages or whatever. It's just like, you know, and he's just staring at his phone and staring at, like, looking at the phone the whole time. And like, I'm having a conversation with him. He's looking at his phone the whole time, asking him asking him questions. You know, trying to be engaging. At one point, you know, and it was proper timing. I said, yeah, you know what I do? I said, I got groups of people I have dinner with, and we play this game called cell phone Jenga, where everybody stack up their phones in the middle of the, you know, middle of the table, and that enables everybody to actually have dinner together and create a connection. And the first person that reaches for it actually buys everybody dinner. He's like, oh. He goes, I don't do that. He goes, when I go out to dinner with my people, he goes, I want everybody on their phones. I want everybody staring at their phones. And I'm like, the word that I wanted to say, you're such a, I didn't even use it. I was just like, wow. I'm just not impressed, you know? and I'm sitting there, at one point, I'm like looking at my wife going, you know, this is like the most painful dining experience you've, now, because I'm married to you, I'll stomach it out. And, but you know, if I ever see that guy again, it'll be too soon. And it was just like, why not just like have a conversation with somebody? And it was just rude. You know, I just felt slighted. I was like, dude, you know, and at one point I was going to look at my wife and say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and go home, and, you know, when you want me to come pick you up, I'll come pick you up, no problem, but I'm done with this dude. And so, you know, my point in putting this video together is you guys see it all the time. And you probably experience it all the time. I mean, I was at another restaurant recently, and this teenage kid, the whole time they're out, she clearly was this couple's daughter, the whole time she's just like this, and it's like, what happened? What happened to having a nice meal and connecting with people? I don't know. Maybe I'm old school. That's why I'm wearing my tie-dye circa 1960s, 1970s. It is a button down. I'm cool with that. And you know what? Just so you guys know, I'm sitting here in shorts and flip-flops with my button-down tie-dye because I can. Whatever. Play cell phone Jenga. We'll see you in another video.